throughout my career and my life.
In a jaw-dropping turn of events at WWE WrestlePalooza, Roman Reigns made an unexpected and explosive return that left the crowd in disbelief. For months, fans had speculated about the possibility of his comeback, but no one could have predicted this. The former Shield member, known for his fierce dominance in the ring, reappeared not with his usual imposing persona, but with a shocking twist. Unmasked, revealing a new side to his character. The tension in the arena was palpable as Roman's presence sent shockwaves through the WWE Universe. What does this unmasking mean for the future of Reigns and the WWE? It's clear that Roman Reigns is not the same man we once knew. The game has changed. The calm before the chaos. As the night of WrestlePalooza unfolded, matches came and went, but everyone in the industry could sense unease. Something was different. The usual show rhythm felt off, like a storm brewing on the horizon. Then came the moment. Roman Reigns' music hit. The arena erupted, but the reaction wasn't just excitement. It was disbelief. Reigns hadn't been seen for months, seemingly written off after his last title run. But here he was, walking to the ring with the same slow, commanding pace. But something in his eyes had changed. He was focused, calculated, dangerous. Then the lights cut. A video package played, not hyping Reigns directly, but showing match footage from obscure SmackDown and Raw episodes over the past year. Hidden moments, split-second appearances of masked figures in the background, near misses in backstage brawls. It was like the WWE Universe had missed the signs all along. Reigns hadn't been alone. He had been assembling something. Someone. Enter the new Shield. As the lights returned, 3 masked individuals emerged at the top of the ramp. Black tactical gear. Slow, measured steps. The air in the arena thickened with tension. This wasn't nostalgia. This was reinvention. Fans initially thought it was a callback to the Shield, Reigns' original faction with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley. But this was different. These weren't returning allies. These were new forces. Unfamiliar. Masked. Mysterious. Their presence radiated threat, and every step they took toward the ring sent a ripple of unease through both the crowd and the locker room watching backstage. Insiders would later reveal that these individuals had been carefully scouted by Reigns himself over the past year. Each was plucked from obscurity or indie scenes, trained in private sessions, and molded to serve as both enforcers and psychological weapons. This wasn't just a faction, it was an insurgency, a hostile takeover wrapped in storytelling, backstage panic, and creative shockwaves. Backstage, the response was immediate and electric. Phones buzzed, writers scrambled. Top-tier talent paced in silence, some furious, others stunned. Seth Rollins, who had been building a long-term narrative arc teasing Reigns' vulnerability, was reportedly blindsided. Triple H was caught off guard, even after weeks of internal talks aimed at managing top talent egos and aligning creative visions. According to leaked reports, WWE executives convened an emergency creative meeting the same night, discussing the implications of Reigns' newly revealed faction. Was this a storyline? A shoot? A mix of both? The answer: yes. Reigns had blurred the lines so perfectly that even internal staff weren't entirely sure what was pre-planned and what had evolved in real time. The unmasking, a cinematic moment. Then came the unmasking. Reigns, standing tall in the ring with a microphone, looked to his trio and gave a subtle nod. One by one, the lights flickered. Each masked figure slowly removed their helmet to reveal a face that had either been underutilized, forgotten, or rumored to be leaving WWE. The first was a powerhouse, once pegged for main event status but buried in Midland purgatory. The second, a high-impact performer from the indie circuit with a cult following. And the third, a wild card, someone with deep backstage connections and a knack for manipulating storylines behind the scenes. The crowd exploded, not just from the reveals, but from the implications. Each of these wrestlers had beef with someone. Each had unfinished business. Reigns hadn't just chosen muscle. He'd chosen leverage. Strategy over storyline, a new blueprint. What made this reveal different wasn't just shock value. It was structure. Insiders revealed that Reigns had negotiated unique creative protections for each member. They weren't just pawns. Each had a defined role: a technical ring general, a brute enforcer, and a liaison to management. Together, they formed a faction unlike any WWE had ever seen. Less like a gang, more like a political machine. This faction wasn't built to support Reigns' story. It was designed to dictate it. Even merchandise told a story. Within 24 hours of the segment, WWE had rolled out pre-orders for new Shield gear: sleek black masks, minimalist faction logos, and exclusive collectibles. That level of turnaround spoke volumes. WWE hadn't just signed off on this, they'd invested in it. The fallout: fear, frustration, and recalibration. In the days following WrestlePalooza, WWE was in a state of recalibration. Top talent had to rewrite their arcs. Writers had to adjust storylines. New alliances were forming in locker room whispers. Wrestlers who once considered themselves untouchable were suddenly rethinking everything. Even Rollins, once considered Reigns' closest ally, was left out in the cold. Sources close to him described a mix of frustration and renewed fire. He'd been outplayed, but not outmatched. Plans were already in motion to retaliate. A potential faction war? A betrayal? A return? Even Jon Moxley's name came up in creative circles, not to return outright, but to acknowledge the original Shield and challenge Reigns' new claim to dominance. A new era, a new narrative. Roman Reigns has always been a dominant performer. But this is something else. He's rewritten the rules of engagement. In an industry driven by scripts and spectacle, Reigns has introduced strategy and subversion. He's not just a character anymore. He's a force shaping the very infrastructure of WWE. The new Shield isn't just a team. It's a manifesto, a declaration that factions can be more than gimmicks. They can be institutions. And in this new WWE, there's only one law: acknowledge the chief, or get crushed by the system he built.